Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Christian Patterson, here to bring you this week's edition of TV20's Inside Sports Report. As we all know, sneakers are one of the most important things when it comes to athletes playing their sport. Without sneakers, they wouldn't be able to perform comfortably. With so many athletes and entertainers capitalizing off the sneaker industry, no wonder why sneaker conventions are so popular. Recently, Sneaker Tours, a new upstart convention, made a stop in Cleveland for the first time.
And we know so many vendors from Ohio, Chicago, like all those areas. So I mean, we contacted so many people. We said, you guys want an event in Cleveland? So many people were down for it, and like we had come to SneakerCon in Cleveland previously, and it's such a huge turnout. Like the market here is just great. The people are great. All the stores that work with us were awesome too.
Well, there's definitely a large sneaker community in the Cleveland area, and they appreciate events like these.
I love sneaker conventions because I get here and I just learn knowledge about shoes I've never seen, shoes I've been trying to get since I was a kid, you know what I mean? See what they're going for right now, and if I got the money, I'll buy something like that. You know, something I missed out for 15, 20 years. A sneaker that caught my eye today that I never saw before was the Jordan 13 Benz sample. So it's a sample of a very exclusive Jordan. So like to even have the Jordan here is okay, it's a big deal, but the sample of it as well is like mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing is the exact word that comes to mind when you see the price tag on a lot of these exclusive sneakers.
Man, you could have a shoe that looks awful, but you make that shoe limited, it's going to sell out, it's going to resell, it doesn't matter. You know, Virgil Abloh, you know, when he did the Off-White 1, he had a shoe that he kind of like deconstructed. When people saw photos, I don't like it. They heard it exclusive. Now that shoe's approaching about $2,000 from, you know, it's down to around like $1,200, but now it's shooting back up because of that exclusivity. People want to have things that others don't have. So the Carhartt Jordan 4 was actually originally 10 pairs. It was an auction on eBay for charity. More pairs ended up coming out because they went to friends and family. That shoe we have listed for $17,000. So we got the Yeezy, it's the Beluga 1.0 sample. Originally people thought it was going to release, it ended up not releasing. It was only worn for New York Fashion Week by the models, so there's about 13 pairs, including the ones that went to Kanye and Kim. They never released, never are gonna, and that's one of the rarest ones we've got, and it's $20,000 what we're asking. I've had offers of $15,000, but I'm pretty firm at my price, so. We got the denim and khaki set. They're one of three in the world, each of them, and actually two of the pairs of each of these are in the room today. The denim, the only other pair there is out there, DJ Khaled has, he just recently got, and the khaki, the only other person is Perfect Pair, which is like a sneaker influencer on Instagram. And so like I said, there's three pairs in the world, and for the set, it's $20,000 is what we're asking on it.
One thing you have to worry about when purchasing these exclusive sneakers are fakes. The shoes can look remarkably similar to the real pair, but be fake. Now there's a whole other market for people who can detect fake shoes.
Been buying and selling shoes for a long time. Then I got to the point where all the shoes that I wanted weren't the shoes that you can find in Foot Locker. It was all the rare shoes that sell out. So I'd have to go to platforms such as eBay. And then that's where I found myself getting scammed with fakes. And, you know, I was a hardworking kid, losing $500, $1,000, you know, just didn't work for me. So then I wanted to educate myself on the differences between real and fake because I couldn't prove it to PayPal why the shoes were fake. So then I started building these guides and these tutorials on YouTube. I saw a little bit of success there, got about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then I transitioned over to Instagram and developed into a picture format, side by side. And I do everything from sneakers to streetwear to designer to watches. Usually it takes me roughly about 5 hours to fully dissect it inside and out and find every aspect that can be different between the real and the fake. And that's actually a difference. That's not just like a manufacturing defect, because that's what happens when you mass produce any product. So I find nothing but concrete, definite differences.
LeBron James is one of the biggest figures in sports history, and his sneakers have become a phenomenon on and off the court.
Well, somebody that's been like a phenom since basically the age of 14, people have always checked to see like what he wore, what was on his feet, clothing and everything. So to me, LeBron has more than just an impact on sneakers, he has an impact on fashion. Like where Michael Jordan made sneakers are popular, I feel like LeBron has made the overall fashion from head to toe popular. So you always look to see like what LeBron or his fellow brother D Wade is wearing, like before a game or after game and everything. So so to me, I feel like LeBron has kind of pieced everything together. You don't just throw the sneakers on and like dingy denim and like a raggedy tee. Like you gotta have the slim jeans, they gotta be the ripped joints. You know, you gotta have a dope t-shirt on and the sneakers gotta be laced just right. With lack of media and lack of internet back in the day, like if say Ray Allen or somebody wore a pair of sneakers back in the day, you couldn't see it. You didn't have Instagram and Snap and everything. So now that more people are more in tune with sneakers, shoot around during game while they're on the bench, what those players are wearing is what we're seeking. So to me, it's very important for people, like especially teammates of LeBron or homegrown people of LeBron, to wear his sneakers or wear just those sneakers in general, so we know what's coming out, the heat that's already out, and the heat of the past. You know, it's definitely dope to bridge the gap of the past and bring it to the present. To me, LeBron has always been popular for having dope silhouettes where any colorway can go on. Right. Like I feel like that kind of got lost in the mix a little bit, but I feel like with this one, he definitely brought it back. Whether you put camel on it, embroidered flowers, when breast cancer awareness comes around, whatever you do with those, because of the silhouette and because of the material, you can put whatever colorway you want on it.
Years ago, in honor of Black History Month, Nike and Jordan Brand decided to pay tribute to African American culture by releasing a special Black History Month sneaker collection. And the popularity of that collection has grown over the years.
I feel like in the past, sometimes sneakers miss what Black History Month is. They don't gauge what it is. They miss out on color. They miss out on the message, where we come from and where we are today. But I feel like this year, the color schemes, the people that got involved, the people that actually are getting the sneakers for Black History Month, it says a lot. It says that maybe in the past they didn't get it right, but now they got their finger on the pulse and they understand where we come from, the color schemes, our patterns, you know what I'm saying? They really got what it means and like what the feeling of Black History Month is. When you see that black, green, and red on our feet, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? All black isn't just Black History Month. We need our gold. We need our black, green, and red. We need our outline of Africa. We need that on our shoes. So I feel like they really got it right this year.
Overall, Sneaker Tours was a great event. There were so many shoes there that I wanted that I had to get out of there before I went broke. Thanks for making a stop through Cleveland. I can't wait till your next event. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of TV20's Inside Sports Report.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again? Yep. Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it? Got it. Throw on the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Welcome back to TV20's Inside Sports Report. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. LeBron James is a very fierce competitor when it comes to the game of basketball. He's been in the spotlight since he was about 14 years old. Now, at the age of 33, LeBron has 3 kids, 2 sons, and 1 daughter. His 2 boys are actually pretty good basketball players themselves. We caught up with LeBron after a recent Cavs practice, and he talked about being a basketball dad now and watching his kids play from the stands.
it's a fine line. So it's a fine line of how much you actually put into the game of watching the kids play, or how mellow you are. So, it's challenging. Definitely, it's nothing you can do. You can just tell your son or tell the teammates what you see out on the floor, but they also have to do it. So, but it's pretty good just to be there and support, which is very limited, for me with our schedule and their schedule. But anytime I get an opportunity to watch, I love going.
I was going to ask you, are the boys competitive? They have like that
Yeah.
competitive edge.
Yeah. I mean, if you play the video game and you lose and you throw the joystick and break it, you're competitive. That's one of the things that I knew when I was a kid. When I lost and I couldn't get another joystick for a long time because I broke it, that's a competitive edge.
Entering the game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, LeBron was on the verge of scoring 30,000 points for his career, but he says he doesn't keep track of things like that. But he did recall one of the games from this season where he had a great scoring performance.
The game in Miami would stick out, I guess because I was just shooting the heck out of the ball that night. I was pulling up from one step inside the half-court line, and every shot I put up felt like it was going in. That's just one off the top of my head.
Going back to that, was that night that you felt like that was coming, or did it just happen organically?
Nah, it just happens. It just happens. It's not like I'm not a player who sets out to say, okay, I need to dominate scoring. For me, my career, I try to dominate in all facets, rebounding, assisting, defending, getting some block shots, chasing down some defenders. I'm sprinkling in some scoring as well. But I'm not, when you categorize who I am as a basketball player, I won't say scorer. It's too much more attributes to my game, and then you can talk about scoring as well. And I'm joining an elite company. When I walk into the 30-point club, they're going to look at me like, what are you doing here? I ain't supposed to be there.
This is game number 44, I think.
Yeah.
Played the first 43. So you're halfway home. Do you have any visions of for the first time going all 82?
No, but I told you I want to play every game. And if my health continues as it is right now, then that's what it is.
LeBron also reflected on some of his coaches from his teenage years who told him he would be an NBA player even when he couldn't believe it himself.
Coach Danbrow will say he knew it. He was one of the first ones to tell me I was going to be an NBA player. He told the media I was going to be an NBA player when I was a freshman in high school, and I didn't believe him. He said I was the best basketball player he had ever seen at 14, and I didn't believe him. Coach Drew and Frankie will probably say the same. I just hope that I'm making them proud still. They taught me the game. Frank Walker introduced the game of basketball to me, taught me how to make a left-hand layup for the first time. And now that's pretty much all I do in the paint a lot. If I'm not dunking, shooting left-hand layups. So he taught me that. Coach Drew taught me what it means to have brotherhood and play for somebody and play with a meaning. And then Coach D stressed the competitive, like, if you don't die for the game, then why are you playing? And all those three coaches just basically set me up the best way they could. And I just try to take advantage of it. So I hope I'm making them proud still to today.
Thanks for watching the Inside Sports Report. Make sure you continue to tune in each and every week for an inside scoop on our Cleveland sports scene.